Lynley Hood has got behind a new charity set up to help many of the 100,000 New Zealanders with serious loss of vision. The award-winning author of A City Possessed, which is about the Christchurch Civic Creche case, is a member of the Visual Impairment Charitable Trust Aotearoa. She says only 12% of the 100,000 are eligible for help from the Royal New Zealand Foundation of the Blind. Lynley joins us tonight. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tell us how you got involved in this issue.
Just over 3 years ago, I was reading in bed and my left eye went blurry. And it was still blurry the next morning. I thought, well, time to put the light out. I'd lost the central vision very suddenly and permanently, and then the vision in my right eye started to deteriorate. So it was very frightening.
And how's that affected your life and your work?
For my life, I was desperate for information. I thought if I lost the central vision in my right eye as suddenly as I'd lost it in my left, I didn't even know how I'd find the right button to dial 111. And I really wanted to know, what can I do while I can still see to do it, so I won't be caught unprepared. You know, like there are checklists in the yellow pages for other emergencies, and I could find no information. And my work, it's just slowed it down incredibly because it's so difficult to read and write.
Does glasses help you?
No, it can't. I discovered there's this, nearly 100,000 people whose vision can't be corrected by glasses or contact lenses, and it interferes with their ability to do everyday tasks that most of us take for granted, like reading and driving and, getting around, shopping.
So you're a part of this trust now. What is your role?
I'm one of 4 trustees. The patron is Dame Kath Tizard. The chair is Associate Professor Gordon Sanderson of the Eye Department at the Hospital and Medical School. And the other trustees are Don Brash in Auckland and Kerry Buchan and myself in Dunedin.
Now, why is this new charity needed when the New Zealand Foundation of the Blind is already in place?
The Foundation of the Blind, I discovered, it was quite a shock, but it makes total sense. They look after the blind and almost blind, and that's about 11,500 people. So for the other 80,000 plus, there's nothing. So that's why the trust's needed.
How far ahead is development of the trust?
Well, we've now got Charities Commission registration, which has meant we're able to hit the ground running. Of course, setting it up's been quite a long process. And we've got fantastic support, and just getting the word out that we're there and there's a lot to do.
How does the trust intend helping the visually impaired?
One of the things we're advocating for is the return of low vision clinics to public hospitals. I was horrified to discover there used to be 10 throughout the country, and now there are only 2. So that has to change, because the problem is growing because most of the vision loss is age-related.
And you're launching a petition to Parliament?
Yes, yeah. We're looking for a select committee inquiry into the need for low vision services in New Zealand, so that the size of the problem gets out there. It's far bigger than the Foundation of the Blind could possibly cover, and it's a different demographic. It's like people who are losing their hearing. They want good hearing aids. They don't want to learn sign language. And people who are losing their vision want good magnifiers and good lighting, and they need advice about that, and advice about getting around when you can't drive, all those things.
From the Visual Impairment Charitable Trust of Aotearoa at Lynley Hood, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks.